Good afternoon. Today is the 14th of August 2020 and today is our 21st session of Parent Info Seminar. I'm Ms. Shamlina and I'm the AMI Montessori Directress at Monteca International Play School.
Good afternoon, and I am Miss Cindy. Today we will be discussing the tendency towards repetition, and we will also go over exactness and self-perfection.
Yes. So the tendency to repeat is an inner urge in a child. To know the importance of repetition, we must first understand the function behind it.
First, let's look at the adult. When we want to learn a new skill, we cannot accomplish it by trying it just once. We must keep practicing till we master the skills.
Yes, the same way, the child also needs time to repeat. So with that practice, he can master the skills and accomplish the work at hand.
Yes, that's true, yes.
So I actually have an example I would like to share from Dr. Montessori's time. Once she was observing a classroom where there was a little girl who was working with the cylinder blocks. So it's a wooden block with some wooden cylinders and knobs. And she noticed that this child was repeating this activity many times. So she began to count. And with all the distractions in the environment, still she continued to work with the material. So she thought maybe I will create a distraction to see if that's going to stop her from concentrating. And she invited the children in the classroom to march around this child. So all her classmates were marching around her, making loud sounds, but still that did not distract this little one. So then Dr. Montessori picked her up from her chair and carried her to a different table. When she did that, she was clinging on to the cylinder blocks.
Wow.
And as she changed tables, still she placed it down and continued to work with the cylinder blocks. Yeah, at the end of it, she had repeated the activity 44 times.
Wow, 44 times?
Yeah, 44 times. And in her own accord, she stopped working with the material. So when she was done working with it, she just looked up as if she woke up from a nice, refreshing nap. And she had this feeling of satisfaction.
Yeah, so she's mastered the skills.
That's right. So this was the first time that Dr. Montessori's attention came into towards the repetition, towards tendency towards repetition.
I see. She claimed the tendency to repeat was driven by nature and occurs spontaneously because of a powerful and irresistible force.
Yeah. So the tendency towards repetition goes hand in hand with exactness.
There may be times you have observed your toddler setting his blocks in a specific order or arranging his fruits in the bowl before eating. All these are little traits of exactness that is present.
Yeah, and also exactness really brings out great satisfaction to children. Yeah.
At the Montessori, we introduce a perfect presentation so each material's exact purpose is delivered.
Yeah, and children need to be given the freedom to repeat so they can reach exactness. So they too will be able to accomplish, the different tasks they are working on. Yeah.
True. Perfection. All tendencies come together in the tendency to perfection.
Yeah. So once the child has engaged with the materials, we need to give him the freedom to repeat. And through repetition, he will master the activity and reach a level of self-perfection.
Yes, that's very good.
So in conclusion, as parents, give your child the freedom to repeat. There may be times that you might quite not understand why your child is repeating the same activity over and over again. It might be something so simple as working with the paper, like a piece of scraps of paper, but that also could bring out something in the child which you cannot see. So everything the child does, he does with a purpose. The purpose is building his mind.
Right.
Yeah. So as Dr. Montessori quotes, the hands are the instruments of the minds.
Yeah. So give your child the freedom to exercise his hands. We will be introducing a new Montessori concept called Montessori 1.5. So stay tuned for next week's live to get more information.
Yes, take care.